back, Mission Driven Moms. I want to read you something that I read in a Facebook group this week, and I keep running across this message and this idea, this concern or problem that moms are having. And it was just fascinating to read this in an actual post and then what happened after the post. She says, "My heart is heavy and feels anything but warm. What can I do to help my desire to learn increase? In my mind, I feel like I have a desire, but my actions don't show it. I don't allow myself time to read for fun or sit and play the piano for fun. I feel like I'm forcing myself to do it. I read to my kids and play good music in the background and do things for them, but I'm missing the lead by example." And then she goes on to explain that she's tried a few different programs and it's just not instigating that desire. And she happens to be a homeschooling mom who's going through the motions, and this was in a homeschool community, and there were just posts that there were just reply after reply after reply. "Oh, thank you for having the courage to post this. I feel the same way." One woman said, I'm in my 6th year of homeschooling and I'm less excited than I was at the beginning because of this, and I feel burned out and I'm not excited. And it just reminds me of one of the women that was in our pre-academy group that was studying did a video for the landing page, for the academy page. And one of the things that she said in her video that she created was that she had been in bed and depressed and hadn't been able to get up and loved her kids and loved her husband and loved her life, but couldn't figure out what was wrong until she realized that she was missing purpose. And what these moms in this group don't see, and I hope to get this message out to the world, is that we have great intentions and we're good women and we love our children. But if we don't have some kind of overarching purpose and, going to heaven and all that, that can be a good purpose. That's why we obey God and that's why we try to do good things with our families. But these women won't love themselves and take time for themselves. They don't feel like that's a valid thing to do. They don't understand why it would be so important to do that for their families and especially for themselves. And they're starting to see that the excitement for learning is being eroded and that they're not setting that example for their children, and they just can't figure out why. They don't know how to pick themselves up and make things different. And it's through purpose. It's through life mission. And you can only tap into life mission when you've tapped into your passions. And you can only tap into your passions when you are loving God and yourself properly, and you are engaging in self-discovery activities and rediscovering yourself and seeing all of the cool things that you could contribute in the world, because we love our families and we want to contribute in our homes, and we work really hard at doing that. But when there's no space for us or our needs or our self-discovery, then that desire decreases and sometimes can lead to depression. And now these moms, and I love what she said here because it's just a tribute to what incredible mom she is, that knows she's not leading by example. And she wants her children to know why learning is important and why learning is fun and that that's what we do, but she doesn't have a why behind what she's doing when she gets up every morning. And so that passion isn't there. I've read this, I think, before on a previous post, but I want to read it again. And I could read, Daniel Taylor and Stephen Covey and blah, 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 blah. I could read you all of these voices. Tom Rath says it. Everybody says it, that actually we think we want happiness. And in modern terms, happiness equates to comforts. But really what we need, what we really want, what's really going to make life worthwhile and make us want to get up in the morning is purpose. This is Viktor Frankl. What man actually needs, women and moms actually need, is not a tensionless state, but rather the striving and struggling for a worthwhile goal, a freely chosen task. What he needs is not the discharge of tension at any cost, but the call of a potential meaning waiting to be fulfilled by him. The call of a potential meaning waiting to be fulfilled by us. So this is what the Mission Driven Mom is all about. This is why it's so important that you start seeking life mission. Because otherwise, you're setting this example of, even though we live in this free nation, and even though we have all the comforts of life, and even though we go out and do these service projects even, we're still depressed, we're still unfulfilled, we still don't love learning, we can't set the example that we want to set for our children. We need a why. You need a why. And that why is going to get you out of bed, and it's going to get you on fire, and it's going to get you creating this mission-driven environment and home, and setting your children on fire and your husbands on fire to also find and fulfill their purpose. So that is my message for you today. I want you to really spend some time thinking about, why do you want to get up in the morning? Outside of just your children, what unique contribution can you make? What are you learning for? What's meaningful to you? Because it's wonderful to study the stuff for the kids or whatever it might be, but you need to tap into your own passions and get on your own mission path so that you can set that example and that you can fulfill the work that God has for you to do. And of course, we're not going to do this at the expense of our kids. We're going to put motherhood first. But God really does have a call for you that's waiting for you to discover and fulfill if you will prepare yourself. If you don't have my book, The Mission Driven Life, go get it for free at themissiondrivenmom.com and begin reading it and understanding those laws of life mission so that you can discover your own, find your purpose and your passion, and have the really fulfilling, joyful life that you long to have.